Well, hello, and welcome back to Mandarin Mayhem, the podcast where we make learning Mandarin fun, quirky, and totally stress-free. I'm your host, Julie Liu, and today we're going to be diving into something that can feel intimidating at first, but don't worry, we're going to tackle it with tons of laughs. And what are we going to do? We're going to do Chinese tones. Chinese is a tonal language, and mastering the tones can feel like juggling plates sometimes. But today, we're going to turn that anxiety into laughter by playing the silly Chinese tones game. Get ready to hear some hilarious mix-ups that'll happen when you get the tones wrong, and we'll show you how you can use the power of laughter to master them. Okay, so let's jump right in. Let's do a quick refresher for anyone new to tones. So what are tones? In Mandarin, there are 4 main tones plus the neutral tone. The meaning of a word changes depending on the tone that you use. You know, we have those in English too, but it's more homophones. So bear and bear, there. You get the idea. So let's talk about tones. Let's bring you back to tones. Use the example that everyone learns on day 1. Ma, M-A, ma. So if you do the first tone, which is explained as high and flat, I usually like to tell my students that it's like singing. It's like ma is the first tone, meaning mother. Ma. And then the second tone has like this rising effect. I tell my students it's like going up the escalator. It goes ma, ma, or kind of like asking a question. So ma could either mean, I'm a little numb, or the word hemp, or many other words, but it does not mean mother. Third tone, if falling and then rising. So that's kind of hard to understand, but it kind of is kind of like you nod your head and you say, okay. And in Chinese, that's like how when you answer okay. But in our case with ma, it's ma, ma, like horse. In the fourth tone, I always say it's like sharp and falling, but really it's when your mom scolds you in a harsh tone, which also matches this word. It's ma, to scold. Ma. Okay, so to review, it's ma, 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 ma. And then there's a neutral tone, but we're not going to mess with that one today. Let's just take these simple ones and see what could go hilariously wrong. Okay, so the first one, let's try our silly tones game with a classic. Here's your first task. Can you say, my mom rides a horse in Mandarin? You might think it is as simple as saying, 我妈妈骑马. But let's mess with the tones a little bit. So imagine if you're using the third tone for horse and you accidentally use the first tone. So it'll go like this. 我妈妈骑马. Well, what does that mean? Well, it would sound like my mom is riding a mom. Your mom is riding a what? Not quite what you meant, right? You can see how the slightest tone change can completely alter the meaning and cause a good laugh in the process. If you ever find yourself confusing like your moms with horses, like don't stress. This kind of mix-up is super common for learners. Okay, 2. So, have you ever been at a restaurant and you're trying to ask for something and they bring you the wrong thing? Imagine you're there and you want to ask for some tang, like sugar. But then you get tang, like soup. If you say the wrong tone, you might end up with a bowl of soup instead of sugar for your tea. Can you imagine someone looking very puzzled as they ladle you soup and then all you wanted was a little sugar? It's like, that's not really what I ordered. Okay, third one. This one drives people crazy, and I hear it in Asia all the time. And it's a business person's nightmare, like at the night market. You're at the market ready to either buy or sell, or, you either buy or sell, right? But one little tone slip could turn your negotiation totally upside down. If you're buying, which is 买, but then you accidentally say 卖, which is to sell, people might think you're putting your goods up for sale instead. Like, wait a minute, I'm the store. Are you trying to sell me something? This could lead to a lot of confusion. Like, are you saying buy or sell? Now I'm even getting confused in English. So, fourth one. This one is a good one too. This is a very common tone confusion for beginners. Imagine you're on a hike and you're feeling super thirsty. But obviously you are tired too, because everyone is tired. You want to ask for water, which is 水, which is the third tone. But instead, you accidentally ask if you can sleep. 睡, which is the fourth tone. So picture this. You're waving your hands. You're trying to get some water. But instead, people think you're so tired you need a nap. So it's like, no, I don't want to 睡. I want 水. All right, that's enough Chinglish. So, last one is the one that drives my students crazy in class, but it's full of words that sounds very similar but have different tones, or different tones and sound similar. So, are you ready? 4是4, 10是10, 10是44, 44是 Oh my goodness. What it means is 4 is 4, 10 is 10, 14 is 14, 40 is 40. And actually, some of the words I also did not pronounce okay because it's a tongue twister. So let me try again. 4是4, 10是10, 14是14, 44是10. I still can't get it right. So we were in class and there was a student that said, 我是10. And then she said, no, 我40. And then we were all looking at her like, you're 40 years old? She said, no, I am 10. I am 10 years old. So anyway, that's one where it's like we always get some laugh. The 4s and the 10s and the 40s and the 44s. And there's a whole lot of tongue twisters that go with that. So anyway, there you have it. See, tones don't have to be scary. They can be a source of endless laughs. The key to mastering them is to practice, make lots of mistakes, and then laugh them off. Before you know it, you'll be navigating Mandarin's tricky tones like a pro. Thanks for tuning in to Mandarin Mayhem, where we turn the chaos of learning Chinese into something fun. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share your own funny tone mix-up stories with us on social media.